guys, it's Miss Ella coming at you with an art video today. Today we're gonna draw a lion because it's our school mascot and I thought it would be a really fun thing for us to do together. So in just a moment here, you're gonna press pause on your video. I want you to grab one piece of white paper, one thing that you can put behind your white paper. Even if you are working on a hard surface, it's nice for you to grab something to put beneath it so that you don't have to clean up afterwards in case you have materials that kind of go off the page. That's true especially if you're using marker, because I know for me when I use marker it usually bleeds through my paper and I don't want it to get on my desk or my floor or anything that I'm drawing on. And then also grab a pencil with an eraser in case you need to make any corrections, and then whatever it is you want to use to color in your lion at the end. So for me, I used markers. I keep my markers in this cup that Miss Mickey made for me, but you could also use colored pencils, you could use crayons, pastel, and those blend a little bit more nicely with the color, and we're gonna do some blending at the end too. So go ahead and press pause on the video, go get your stuff, and I'll meet you back here in a second. So today we're going to draw our lion's head, and it's going to take up most of the page. You're going to have its huge mane, its teeth showing, and its eyes looking right at us. So to get started, we're going to start with the lion's eyebrows. It's going to be like 2 check marks. So I want you to start on one side. You're going to make a check mark here kind of in the center of the page, and you'll make a check mark on the other side. And remember that it's okay if the check marks don't look exactly like each other, totally fine. It's also okay if your check marks don't look like my check marks. The most important thing is to keep practicing and to have fun. So next we're going to go out and we're going to do the top of the lion's eye here. So we have it here on one side, just underneath the eyebrow, and on the other side as well. And then we're going to draw the lion's eye. And so we're going to do kind of like a U shape coming down here, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Awesome. Next, we're going to draw the pupil inside this eye that we've started to create. So we're going to do 2 circles, one inside each eye, and you want to make sure that the circle doesn't go all the way around, right? Because the eyebrow is going to be coming down above the eye here. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw another 2 circles inside the circles, the pupils that we've created to show the light reflecting inside the lion's eyes. And it's starting to look a little crazy here with the eyes going out to the side. So I'm going to go ahead and color mine in, making sure that I don't color inside the light reflection circles. Next, we're moving on to the lion's nose. So I have one line here that kind of looks like a smile, and then beneath it, I'm going to do another line that kind of looks like a U shaped here. And then I'm going to go into the nostril. So I have one on each side. It kind of looks like an upside down U. I'm going to color those in there. And then moving on to the mouth with this line that kind of comes around here. Great. And then I'm going to move on to the lion's cheeks. So I'm going to take this line that came down for the mouth and kind of curve it around, not all the way so it's touching the nose, but pretty close to the nose there. And I'm going to do the same on the other side as well. Awesome. And then I'm going to put 3 little dots here, starting to make whisker marks where the lion's whiskers would be. I'm going to do that underneath 3 or 4 more times, and then 1 more set along the bottom here. And I'll do the same to the other side as well. And if I'm moving too fast for you, remember you can always pause the video if you need to, so you can catch up and take all the time that you need. Next, I'm going to go in and add some wrinkles above these cheeks because this lion is really angry and he's growling. So we're doing lines that kind of go on top of each other here, and they go almost all the way up to that eyebrow line right there. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So he's looking really angry there. He's starting to snarl a bit more. Now we're going to do 2 more lines up here, kind of coming up to the middle of our lion's forehead, okay? And then we'll jump down below, and we're going to come down to the lion's teeth, and we're going to do a long curved V. We're going to make this really, really sharp, so he has these fierce fangs here, and we'll do the same thing on the other side as well. Then we're going to draw this line here, kind of connecting from the top of his mouth for his gum line. And then we'll do 2 smaller sharp teeth on either side. So you got one here and the other on this side. And then you're gonna do even smaller teeth, kind of sharp 4 little teeth here across the upper line of his gum. And you see that I kind of have too much space, so I'm gonna just kind of fib it a little bit and add some more teeth in there. And then we're gonna draw the bottom of his mouth here. So I have this one line that comes down, kind of like a curved U, and then it's flat at the bottom there. And I have it on the other side as well. And I'll do his bottom teeth now. So I have kind of a sharp upside down V shape on one side, and I'm connecting it with a little line at the bottom, a little U on the other side. So I do that to both sides, and then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna draw the smaller teeth kind of like I have at the top there. So I have 1, 2, 3, I wanted to do 4, but I'm gonna have to add another one because there's a lot more white space than I'd planned, and then I'm gonna have to connect them on the bottom here as well. Awesome. So then I'm gonna go into drawing the lion's tongue. So I'm drawing this one U shape here, and it kind of comes down to the bottom, so it's just hitting the very top of the lion's tiny little teeth down here. And I'm gonna draw another U shape as well. You'll see it's kind of coming from that fang across to the other fang. And then I'm gonna color in underneath the teeth line, but I wanna make sure to keep the teeth all white here. Now we're going to draw a little bit more of our lion's head here. So we have this one line that comes down to about his jaw. We're going to go in and draw his jaw line as well. So you have this line that comes down, and then it's going to connect here to another part of this line. We're going to come out a little bit here on the side and leave this under part blank for now. Same thing on the right side. And then we're gonna draw some of the texture in our lion's mane. So you have these little zigzag lines that come down, and you can see I'm kind of running out of space at the bottom. So I'm just doing what I can here. Sometimes I have to plan when I plan differently when things don't go as planned. So I have these little zigzag lines down here. Then I'm coming up to the lion's ears. So I'm going to draw these kind of U shapes on either side. So I have one on the left side, and now I'm coming over to the right side. And I want them to be kind of about the same size if I can help it. And then I'm going to go in and draw the inside of his ear. So I have that top line there, and then I'm drawing the zigzags for the fur on the inside, and I'll go in and I'll do the same thing to the other side. So I have this top line here, and then coming in, so there's some fur coming into the ear on the other side as well. Next, draw a line that curves around and connects to the bottom. You're going to go ahead and color that in as well. Now this is going to look so much cooler as we're adding in the mane. So I'm going to add these zigzags here starting underneath the ear, and they're going to go all the way down to the bottom here where I have the mane kind of coming out of the lion's jawline. And some can be big, some can be small. Yours doesn't need to look exactly like mine, but make it how you want to. Have it take up the whole page, right? You have all of this room to make this giant, beautiful mane. So take up space, be creative, and add as much texture in there as you want to. We just want to make sure that the general shape looks the same. Now let's go ahead and draw the mane up here as well. And you'll notice that as we're up here on the top, the zigzags on the left side are going to point to the left, and the zigzags on the right side are going to point to the right. Now we're going to draw the mane that's coming down to his forehead. So we got these zigzags over to the left, and then again over to the right up here, connecting up to his ear. Now this is starting to look really cool, and it's going to look even better when we start to add the texture on the inside. So we're going to draw these kind of S-curved lines that come down and connect into his mane. So they're going from kind of like his cheek line out to the outside of his mane line here. In this step, I'm going to fast forward because we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you can pause the video if you need some time to catch up, and I'll meet you back here in a second. So that's looking really cool with all of this texture here. And you can see that I went in and actually added some more mane along the top here because I wanted the mane to get as big as it could. So we can leave him like this. I think he looks pretty cool, but I think we'll also maybe take a second to go in and add some wrinkles on his face. So let's start on this left eye, and we're going to create this shape that kind of comes down underneath the eye and goes out to the middle, and do some wrinkles underneath there. Then I'm going to draw another line that comes down and connects, and add a few more wrinkles underneath. And there's this gap right here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this line that comes out from his ear and go and connect it into his eyebrow. And I might even close this off on this side as well. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we have this line that comes down. We add some wrinkles underneath it. Awesome. And we're going to connect that ear. And I'm just going in and adding more wrinkles between his eyebrows. Maybe some more on his nose, underneath his cheeks, along his jawline. Some texture down here in his mane. And I'm going in to add some fur up here underneath his ears. And I'll go in and add a few more wrinkles and some more fur texture here. It seems like the more wrinkles we add, the cooler he looks, huh? Now we still need to color in our lion, so I'm going to fast forward this next part here, but feel free at the end, guys, to pause the video if you want to, if you need some ideas of how you want to color your lion in. Oh my gosh, these look so good. If you use pastel or crayon, you can go in and kind of blend with your finger to mix your colors together. If not, that's fine too. It looks amazing. Great job. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Here's my finished lion. And I would love to see yours as well. So go ahead and take a picture of it and send it to us, and we can hook you up with some extra bonus points for drawing along with us today. And I know that drawing can be really frustrating too. So if you want to, keep practicing with this video, and then also let us know if there's videos of other things you'd like to learn how to draw. Okay, see you soon.